Enjoy. Enjoy. Ah! Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my god, what the fuck was that?
You gotta fucking bring it from your balls to your
Roll
throat.
the intro. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Bitcade. Welcome. It is episode 43. 43 episodes. Spread eagle across 4 years of
Fuck
content.
yeah, spread it.
And we're here talking about post E3 2021. Obviously, we're not going to talk about all of the stuff that we talked about last time, mainly because, one, PlayStation was not there at this E3, and EA has not gone and will not go until July 22nd, 2021, into which we will come back to this topic. But once EA does their play live on July 22nd, then we'll come back and then we'll record the predictions if we got that correct. But until then, EA is also being removed from the post E3 episode. So in this episode, we are going to be talking about Xbox and Bethesda, Nintendo, and Ubisoft. Because those are the only three that actually did show up to E3. Other than, obviously, the other companies like Square Enix and a couple other companies, but we didn't do predictions for them. So we're going to only reference the ones that we actually did predictions for. I'm joined by, like always,
Dickie.
And joining us, because he joined us in the last episode, Tyler is here. Pluvio himself is also here. How you doing?
Hey, what's good? How you doing?
And so we're going to go through, and just like how we always, how we have mentioned before, and in past E3s, we like to do a little scoring system. If you guessed a game correctly, you got 1 point, or you get a half a point. And then if you got the date right, you get another half a point, which would then give you 1 total point. Seem pretty easy. That's how predictions worked. Ash and I are the ones that I kept score for. Unfortunately, I did not go through all of what Tyler said, so he is here for emotional support, and also I want to know his opinion on things. So that's why he's here. Are you guys ready to start talking about the first topic?
Yes,
Jim.
Which is Xbox and Bethesda. Okay. That was probably the best that they probably could have done. Let's be honest. That was...
With the amount of time they had, yeah.
Yeah. With COVID, with everything, that seemed about as good as we were going to probably get from really anybody at this whole entire conference of E3. And, yeah. So, Ashton, let's go through your prediction. Or do you want to do predictions first and see our scoring, or should we do what we liked about it first and then do our scores?
We could do scores last.
Scores last? Okay. So how about you tell me one of the things that stood out to you that Xbox and Bethesda talked about this E3 2021?
I mean, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more, to be honest. There's a lot of stuff I didn't see there that I wanted to see there, but in terms of like what I did see there, I think Bethesda, the thing I was interested most in, wasn't Starfield, it was
Redfall.
what was that other one? Redfall, yeah, that
from
new IP
Arcane Studio.
Yeah, that actually looked pretty cool.
That's the vampires now.
The vampire
it's like
hunting.
Yeah, a Left 4 Dead vampire game, essentially, is what it looked like to me. So.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it looked really cool. It was more of a movies. It was cinematic. We didn't really see gameplay or in-game footage. In-engine footage, I should say. So I mean, it looked like it would just be like a really fun co-op experience. The characters were pretty tight. I think the coolest one was the black chick. She just had the most substance, to be honest.
With the
Um,
elevator.
yeah,
Yeah, where she had
yeah,
like the magic powers and stuff like that. Seems like we're
yeah,
getting four different character types as well. You know,
yeah,
her being the conjuring of magic, and another one that kind of looked like more of a scout, things like that.
yeah.
So yeah,
It just looked interesting. You know, I really liked the art style. Looked very clean.
hmm
Um, it just wasn't something I was expecting at all.
yeah,
Um,
definitely I
so
would say also the surprise for the show. I have this also on my list of things that I really liked about the Xbox and Bethesda conference was Redfall. It's probably I would say probably one of my most anticipated games because I was like, um, it shocked me and I was very much pleasantly surprised with really everything about it. Um, but yeah, I think what we got right now so far is that it's summer of 2022, so we don't got a release date,
yeah,
but somewhere
not
around
too long
this
to go, though.
time, yeah, a whole year, and then uh, we're gonna get Redfall.
Do you think it's gonna get pushed, like delayed?
I'm not sure. Because like, I don't know. It could go either way, but I think where we're seeing, I think all of the studios that we saw present are pretty on top of things, and I mean, we have so like I don't know if you want to segue into your next thing here, or we go into what Tyler has to say. But there's a couple games that were announced here today or not today, but like at E3 that I'm very like stuck on why we didn't get specific dates with, and some that we did get specific dates for, which is just really weird to me.
Yeah,
But we'll go into
yeah.
that a little bit later after we talk about the highlights, I think. Um, so yeah, we talked about Redfall. Tyler, a game that you had talked about that you were kind of looking at was Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl.
Hell yeah.
What was standing out to you for that one?
That was honestly that was giving me a lot of like Metro. Is it Metro? Metro, right?
Metro, yeah,
Metro game?
that's the Russian one, yeah.
Give me a lot of Metro vibes. I think it's come before Metro because it's not the first Stalker game, obviously. Um, and it just like from seeing what Stalker was, because like I looked it up like a long time ago. Just seeing what this is looking like, really clean, kind of shorter than Darkness, what you're gonna be doing, and again like Metro vibes in terms of like fighting these unknown beasts again. It's like, all right, this is looking kind of fire. So I just thought like I have to put that on the list as something I'll be intrigued to look at and want to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was they talked about it a lot. Like if we really looked
Yeah,
at
they
like
showed a lot of like story elements and whatnot. Like I didn't know who the dude like on the roof. Like he don't seem like a good guy like at all. He was over here talking about we gotta. He's like, I won't let anybody harm my city or some shit. So he probably not against letting anybody leave. Like he no.
yeah, it's I don't know, it's very interesting to see that Stalker 2 is coming out of there. And for Xbox, they went for that. I'm trying to look up Stalker. There we go. But I feel like it's weird that I typed that. Oh, there we go. So there have been a couple games. There's been 3 other games. We had Stalker Call of Pripyat. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Clear Sky and Shadow of Chernobyl. And so that's kind of where we're sitting at with the Stalker franchise. So this is the next mainline one. Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely gave me, like how you were saying, the Metro vibes. So I'm curious. It's interesting. It's all in Russian, so I guess that's gonna be something to
Yeah,
to
I'll
have
have
to.
to have subtitles on.
Yeah. Well, I would assume so, unless you're one to play as an American
Unless they
in the
plan
world.
Unless they plan on dubbing it in certain parts.
Yeah, they
Where
could.
only like one of those, where they have it where your character actually speaks English and shit, and then the other, Russians and shit speak Russian. So.
hmm
Well, I mean, that's like me coming like complaining like a lot of like anime games. It's nothing new. Like they're like if as long
Yeah,
as
it
it's
wouldn't bug me.
subtitled, it
Yeah.
should be fine. I don't mind
It
it. I
doesn't
always have
bug me as
subtitles
much
on.
in games as it does like TV and stuff.
TV, I mean that like how are you supposed to understand that? But games they obviously account for that. And that's why subtitles are a thing. So as long and I'm pretty sure there were subtitles in the trailer, so I don't really mind that. I guess keeping it Russian just adds to or keeps it rooted to where it was.
Yep. I'm
Another game.
excited for it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nope.
It kind of was very much for me a we'll see where it goes kind of thing. I'm just curious where it goes. But yeah, it was very interesting that they were talking a lot about it. The next one here that I have on my list is 12 minutes. Yeah, it's been this like I don't know like I guess it is technically an indie game. And they showed a little bit about it coming out of Luis Antonio or Tantonio. So it's August 19th, 2021 release for that. And the interesting thing is they actually have like mainline actors like James McAvoy's in it, Daisy Ridley's in it, William Dafoe's in it. It's gonna be like originally it did not have that, so now they have like actual like actors that are coming in. Not saying that VO work is not acting. It's just these people are in X-Men and Star Wars and in like this motherfucker was the Green Goblin. So it's like there's so many like like the resume list for all three of these I would say really really good actors. They're coming in to do this game here. So very excited to see where the concept of this time-based game that sits in one room and this guy is in this 12-minute loop of constant what's going to happen next, and you don't know because like if you alter one thing, what domino effect does it have for the others? So it's very interesting to me. It's probably like a 4 to 5 hour game if you wanted to complete everything and see everything. Maybe even less. Maybe it's like a 3-hour game. Just play it through.
This a 12-minute game.
Nice. Moving on to the next one. Speaking of, well, I don't know, 12s. We're hoping that we get it in this year before December. Halo got announced with a holiday 2021 release. It does not have an actual release date. So it could either come out in November or in December. Ashton,
I do want to say something in an interview that you can watch online.
Okay,
Phil Spencer,
go ahead.
about the release date. The reason that they hadn't given one is because it comes down to a couple different weeks on like things that they have to iron out. So it is for sure coming out this year. A lot of people are jumping on the hype train thinking that it's going to be somehow delayed until next year. Not the case. They're talking within a couple weeks, and they didn't want to like say a release date and then like, okay, well, we need another week or two and then have to delay it again. They don't want to have to delay it again. So
yeah,
they're gonna know more after the flights, is what they said. So that's what Phil Spencer said.
Okay.
So.
And I trust that it is coming out this year. It just is very interesting that that we got an 11/11/22 release date. Like we got a release date for the next game that we're going to talk about is Starfield. But before we move on to that, we got a release date for that, but we didn't get a release date for Halo. And it's just very interesting that game got a release date and not Halo. But I'm assuming it came down to splitting hairs of days of where to come out at. So yeah. Anything exciting though? This was your game, Ashton.
The multiplayer reveal. So I was kind of worried about how Halo Infinite was gonna be looking. I will say that the trailer kind of did put me a little bit more at ease. They're bringing equipment back. They're adding some new weapons. They're adding the minimum one new vehicle and bringing back a couple old ones. I think we're going in the right space. I was a little bummed out that it's big team battle is only still going to be like 16v16. I was kind of hoping for like a, something closer to 20v20 or a 30.
Do
I
you
don't know.
think that is because of Xbox trying to be inclusive with the with the Xbox One?
I mean, yes and no, because I mean, here's the thing you have to take into account too is also map design. Everything has to be scaled for how many people are going to be in it, right? So, I'm sure it has something to do with Xbox, and so maybe there's going to be like updates in the future, but I don't think that they're ever going to cut last gen off from this game.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it, because I mean, if you look at Battlefield, yeah, they're only going to be able to go in the smaller lobbies, where if you're on next gen PC, you get to take place in like the big lobbies. So, I'm sure there is. Part of that is because they didn't want to drop last gen, which I kind of understand because of the you know shortage right now. They can't really just expect people, even if everybody had money, for them to be able to fulfill every order with the chip shortage. So,
Yeah.
it's a rough time.
I mean, as somebody that is looking more towards the campaign, it to me this was definitely like multiplayer to me. It looks nice. I've heard some really good things about that. A lot of people are excited for how they're going to do the battle pass. How they've kind of answered questions to that of where they're like, no, we want everyone to be able to like obtain things and it doesn't go away kind of stuff. To me, I think Microsoft is definitely going more towards this consumer friendly thing, and they've always been doing that. But it's interesting to see that. Interesting to see that how they're kind of incorporating that into a flagship like pillar into their franchise, into their brand. Xbox Halo is Xbox, and so like to see that kind of getting that treatment is going to be pretty interesting.
Fun fact: it's the same way that the MCC Battle Pass works. So
so they're going to bring that style over.
Yeah.
I mean, for how I've seen it, I was kind of saying this before we were recording. To me, Halo Infinite is just you know what? Kind of give it to me here. I'm kind of done with getting updates here and there. Multiplayer, that's fine. That's a new thing. That's fine. But like now, if Microsoft is smart, which they probably are going to do exactly this, they're going to back off of it. We're going to get our commercial probably in like September or October, and that's going to be our teaser, and then it's probably going to come out in November, but we'll see. Tyler, you're also a Halo fan. Anything you want to say about Halo Infinite now that we've...
I mean, I kind of stand where you stand, but it's like, damn, son, when that shit going to come out? It's about that time. It didn't take long enough, as much as you delayed it, do deliver on what you said we're going to get. I will not go into the intricacies of whatever, like how I feel about the game. I just, hope it's good. Hope the wait was worth it. And, that I think the one thing I will like talk about is like that battle pass system shit. Like, how good is that gonna be? Because like I think other told you or somebody else, like the way they corner the market on that, you realize like how like me and you play Call of Duty a lot. How with the Call of Duty battle pass, if you complete it, you get your money back. Is Halo going to do something like that on top of completing it where you can? Because to be honest, is your battle pass with games that come out nowadays, I do not think any game that's had a battle pass, their battle pass price when you have to pay for everyone equates to how much your game is actually worth. You want to spend more for a battle pass than you do the fucking game, and it's like at the end of the day, is that worth it? Absolutely not. Destiny does it. It's like holy shit. Destiny definitely is. I mean, look, I paid for it. I should know. Destiny is definitely not worth that battle pass price for me to just like not get my shit back. So if they do that, I honestly feel like they've cornered the market on how to do battle passes, and people will then follow suit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they do battle passes. Ashton, you might be able to explain it a little bit more of how the MCC does it. But like but as Tyler was mentioning, with Call of Duty, it's I do like that personally, that there's something to strive for. There's something to like play the game for. I've not paid for any Black Ops Cold War battle pass because I bought mine in not Infinite Warfare. Well, I bought mine in Modern Warfare. So it has traveled with me. Like, I've earned COD points that has allowed me to keep buying and to have me come back to play the game. So is Halo, do I have to buy a battle pass? And then if so, how does that all work? How does MCC how does the Master Chief Collection do a battle pass?
I mean, I'd have to go back and look at it. I mean, they have it to where you can just kind of you get these points basically. And I haven't actually spent money on MCC Battle Pass at all, but I can get stuff off the Battle Pass. So I'm really confused on how that's gonna work.
Boy, aren't
'Cause
their battle passes free? The
yeah,
first one I remember they put out.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
theirs are because I had like 120 some odd rec points. You just go in, you go into any battle pass you want, and you're able to just fucking.
yeah.
You have
So
to get all the ones before the one thing that you want to unlock, but I mean, you have to. I haven't had to pay for anything. I don't know what they plan on doing right now because they're free to play model for Infinite. So I'm not entirely sure what their plan is with that. So with like the other thing too that's weird about how Halo Infinite's gonna work is like the they have I don't know if you guys saw it in the screenshots there, but they have stuff that will have different indicators on like what the rarity of it is, but it's like some of them are free. Like they have like the legendary stuff will be in like the free path of the battle pass. And it's like, okay, so what exact value is that going to actually have? Is that just to say like, hey, yeah, like I got this cool thing because they said it's hard to get, even though it was free. I just have to play the fucking game. Like,
mm,
I'm curious because they did say some stuff about like unlocking cosmetics. They'll have like specific challenges attached to them. You can only get them for doing certain things, which I really fucking like. Um, that's my favorite way to get something, is to prove that I was able to do this one thing or these, you know, his group of things to get the full set. Um, but I am curious to see like what stuff is gonna be like good looking that's actually hard to get in the game, not just for playing the game, but for fucking doing something really good in the game. Like how good is the armor gonna be for like doing something really skilled, or really hard to do? That's the real question.
probably gonna be ass because Halo's never good at armors like that.
They were for Halo 3.
Yeah, but that's under Bungie. It's not under Bungie anymore.
Well, sure, but I mean, Joseph Staten's the new creative director of Halo, so
And when did
um,
he become the creative director of Halo?
the beginning of this year when they started their overhaul.
What does Bonnie do?
I don't fucking know what she does anymore.
Oh,
I know she's like head of the fucking
head of 343.
studio.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's creative director of the game.
got it.
So
So I went out and looked at Halo Infinite on the Xbox store here on Microsoft's website, and it does not have a price at all right now. I think they're just kind of holding back on pre-orders until they announce the date. It's also rated T for teen. Didn't know that, but I mean that makes sense.
I figured they didn't have any blood, no Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I think
I missed that.
the lenience of teen. Well, I mean Halo 5 was also rated T for teen, and it included that. I just think it's different because
Oh, really?
didn't I'm pretty sure the Covenant bled.
Covenant Bleed. Is
Yeah, but it
blue.
was like
That's the only
blue and
exception.
purple and
Well,
That's
yeah,
like
that's their
same thing with,
blood.
like
Yeah,
but
but
that's like
that's
Australia, for example. They ban blood in games and gore, but you can have like blue, green. All their blood has to be colored
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Australia.
in the
That's always
last,
how
but in Halo 2 and Halo 3 and 4, the Covenant always bleed blue. You bleed
Yeah.
red.
Yeah, but you don't bleed red in this. Like you don't. There'll be like a mist when you die or something, but it's not like you can't paint the walls with your fucking enemy anymore. Like
So
which I miss.
yeah, so I mean it's I don't know. Halo Infinite is a interesting egg to crack at this point. I don't know what they're gonna plan on doing. I still am kind of in this. I'm in this. I'm starting to get into this attitude of the last gen consoles are starting to hurt the current gen games, and obviously Halo Infinite would have come out on Xbox One. and it would have come out on Xbox Series because it would have been a launch game. So I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna deny that like this game was gonna come out for both regardless, but to me, I I was kind of thinking about this when you were saying this a little while ago, but this is the Halo. That's gonna buffer, and the next Halo, hope to God this is good, so we'll get another one. Will be exclusive to the next gen of Xbox Series S and X.
Here's the thing though, is that they plan on this game being the only Halo game for the next 10 years.
Terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible.
Interesting.
Because they're going to be a live service type of game.
So what the hell is the story gonna do? We're not gonna get an introduction to a story.
I imagine that we'll get updates with the story every couple of years that you have to buy.
Huh. Huh.
You're gonna, and this is my issue with people who do live services, and things of that nature. And I'm gonna bring up esports. What the fuck are you gonna do for esports? You cannot run that game over 10 years of that. It's not that popular. It's just not CS:GO here.
Well, it depends on how they do it.
No, I highly doubt 343 will ever be able to pull a CS:GO in terms of keeping your esports alive for 10 years on the same shit. No.
They did esports for fucking Halo 5 for like 5 years, and that game was not fucking popular.
It died after 2. They tried events, and of course the pros are going to go to them because you're on contract. It was dead after 2.
Yeah, but the whole game was or two though, because of how.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm bringing. If you're gonna make this last, if you want to try to make this last for 10 years, how the fuck you do that when you try to do that with Halo 5 and it didn't last?
Well, Halo 5 had a very, very, very bad launch, and it lost popularity very quickly. By the time it was good, nobody was playing it anymore. Where the only way you can do something like that is if you come out the gate hot and you keep the updates coming, because that's another thing that Halo 5 failed on was content updates, meaningful content updates. Not bullshit updates.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they redid the engine. They were supposed to have the engine redone for Halo 5. They promised all the people working at 343 they're going to have the engine completely redone for Halo 5, and they didn't. So the purpose of why they were remaking it to begin with, the main reason, is so that way they could push out content very fast, because that was one of the limitations that they had with the last engine. So that's why they scrapped it and gutted it and then fucking rebuilt it. So that way they could push content out faster. So it can be done. They just need to come out the gate hot. 10 years is kind of a stretch, but I think they can make the 5-year mark and still be somewhat relevant at the 5-year mark.
So.
It is definitely an uphill battle. I mean, there are very few games that have hit that 10-year mark. League of Legends and as you mentioned, CS:GO are definitely the what?
I said Smite's not been going on for 10 years, or Smite's been going on pretty long.
Yeah, about 5+ years on them. But it like it does open up that interesting question of what do you give me? Because you look at all that other stuff. CS:GO has the popularity because it's just one of the original Steam games, because it was a part of Counter-Strike, and so then it's just gotten the updates, and then Counter-Strike Global Offensive was the latest in that, and it runs pretty well, and just PC gamers are just into it. League of Legends has had 10 years plus because they update that thing constantly, reworking rules, reworking the map, adding champions. There's over 100+ champions on that thing.
They have the perfect format for doing shit like that. That's why I'm more so compare it to CS:GO, because CS:GO is an FPS, so you can't go crazy with updates. But on a MOBA, you can go fucking wild.
Yeah, but it does add that question though. What content are you going to give me? If this game is coming out at $70, what content are you going to give me that, one, tells me that it's $70 worth, and two, gives me a reason to keep coming back and playing the game? Because with, like I was mentioning with Call of Duty and the Battle Pass, and as well as like Fortnite does the same thing. They have their Battle Pass and they do it really well. A lot of people love it. And so it's like, and they do the same thing. You buy it, you earn it, and as long as you keep playing, you unlock it so that you can continue to play the next game. I like unlocking things. It's part of the reason why Mario Kart 8 pissed me off, because it's like, what am I doing? I'm unlocking bits for my car. Like all the characters are unlocked. What is this? So like, I like that sense of progression. It gives me a reason to come back and play it. Otherwise, if I'm not being told what I'm unlocking, then like for example Mario Kart 8, I'm sure there's stuff in there that I have not unlocked, but I don't know. Like I just assume that I've got it all because eventually it just goes, hey, you unlocked this thing, and I'm like, all right, that's cool, I guess. So like, what is the reason? Like Smash Brothers does a really good job with it because you're continuing a story, you're unlocking new content, you're getting new characters, and by the end of the game you have about like what 50 plus characters in there plus the DLC that are coming out with it. So it's probably not 50, but or maybe it is. Like that screen looks full of shit, so
yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
pretty full. Well, I mean, the thing is that they did say about anything in the game, anything that you can put on your Spartan in the game, it will tell you how to get it. It'll tell you where it came from.
Okay.
So they will tell you how to get it. Like, hey, this is only available in the Battle Pass. Hey, this is only available if you do this certain like feat, like you perform this certain feat, because apparently they're gonna have cosmetics for that too. Probably not that many, but you know.
So I mean, I don't want to go into full Halo talk here, and we'll change subject here, but I'll ask this one last question. What is it from Halo Infinite that we've seen so far that has been the step in the right direction? And I'll even go with the secondary question on that. What is it that it's going to take for you to keep playing this if they're projecting this for 10 years?
So in terms of what I think was good about the game that was different from previous ones, I think one of the really cool things that they did was bring back the equipment again, like meaningful equipment, and the fact that you're not using it as soon as you grab it, like you could use it whenever you want, is kind of cool. And as for like what's going to keep me playing it, it's going to be those meaningful content updates for multiplayer, and for Forge, because really what's going to carry this game for 10 years is going to be the community. That's what carries the Halo games for so long every single time, is the Halo like Forge community and making those custom games for players. So much so that they've put games that people made in Forge, game modes and maps, and they'll put them in the playlist. So they support the community to an extent. They were good at it, really good at it once upon a time. They kind of failed with Halo 5. But I'm really hoping they, turn it around here with Infinite.
I mean, if you're gonna ask me, I guess I can like answer both. Like, if you're gonna ask me, what do I think this like Halo Infinite has done to take Halo into the right direction? In my personal opinion, fucking nothing. I'm gonna have to play it first because nothing I'm seeing is impressing me. I'm gonna be honest with you, absolutely nothing. To get me to play for 10 plus years, your updates have to be fucking top notch. I'm talking about better than any other fucking game I have played. Because I take it like you know how they said, hey, we want to run Warzone for 10 years. That's very much possible because every Call of Duty updates Warzone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've done it with Cold War. So that makes it as longevity because you get guns in that bitch. In a 10-year span, you know how many guns are going to be in that fucking game?
Yeah.
Shit's going to be fucking crazy. That's 10 years worth. Halo's not doing that. So in terms of impressing me, nothing.
I don't know that yet.
They're not coming out with another game, so we do know that.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they're not going to come out with like other weapons and shit like that if they have a 10-year plan.
So my thing, as a Destiny player though, how do you see that? The what?
As a Destiny player, how do I see what the 10-year thing happen?
The 10-year plan, yeah, with Halo.
Yeah, I don't think it will happen.
It's not, because if we're going off of Destiny, like honestly, their fucking seasons have been lackluster. They're there, but they're lackluster. And what hurts Destiny even more is you're locking. All right, so Destiny hasn't had any DLC since last year, right? And I think we're on year 4, which honestly, this is about the time, if we go off Destiny 1, is where Destiny 3 would come into play. I don't think a Destiny 3 is coming to play.
No. I think they said they weren't going to do it.
Yeah, so with that being said, what hurts Destiny is you're locking your seasonal content. So basically, take this. Since you play it, take Call of Duty, right?
Okay.
And take the new Warzone map, or say like a new event, a new game mode. lock that behind a paid season pass, and that's what Destiny does. They introduce new activities, but lock it. You have to pay for it. That's not how you get your game going. And on top of that, the events are rehashes of shit I could do already. For example, it's a Gambit game mode. Basically, you have to kill a bunch of enemies. You collect these little drops. You deposit them into the bank. You go do something else. The past 3 events or activities I watched Destiny do have been just that. The ending being something else, but the beginning always the same. Why is this like that? Destiny is slowly dying, but I think this year, by the end of the year, they are to announce another DLC. And that shit better fucking hit, or they're not making it. And that's why I say for Halo, after a while, you get kind of dry. And it's like, how far can you push this? With Call of Duty, they're having multiple hands touch it. So it's keeping it fresh, keeping it recycled. Halo and Destiny are not having multiple hands. They're just themselves. And after a while, you're going to get burnt out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's for me. I don't see this game fully lasting 10 years.
It's a stretch for any game
with
honestly.
multiplayer. Like in my eyes, because I was actually curious to know if you were going to go a different direction with the Destiny thing, because I was wondering if with the raids and the sort of story elements to progress that universe actually add to that. But if they're not adding even within the 5 years of that game, or 6-7 years that it's been out, the in that time frame, enough content to keep you like full, and they're not putting enough on the plate, then what can Halo, another space shooter, do? It's a different concept because obviously, Destiny is an always online situation. But with Halo, it has to answer that question of like as a single player and as a multiplayer game. To me, if you're charging $70, that price tag needs to look nice. And
what if they're only saying, hey, it's only gonna be $20-$30?
That's fucking crazy. A $20-$30 first party shooter.
Comes out.
That's insane. That'd be insane. I would say $40 to $50.
I don't see the campaign being the campaign of that game being good enough to be $70. Based off
I would prefer it to be what he's saying, $20. Because as we talked about, if your 10-year plan includes adding campaign DLC, I'm not gonna pay $60 every time for you to give me a bit of something. So like you're gonna have to either cut the price of the first shit coming out, meaning like the actual base game, or them DLCs better cost me like some $15 or some shit.
So what if the game is $40, comes out at $40 to $50, and you're getting
$40 and then $20 for every
for every major DLC. So they'd be coming out with like. So obviously,
we're talking about. Go ahead. Sorry.
Obviously, multiplayer would be free because they've already stated that. But maybe you get some extra bits. All right, you bought this extra little thing of campaign. Here's a skin. Here's like a couple skins, some guns, that type of shit. Because that's how I look at. If you purchase this game, you're gonna get extra goodies. Like it just needs to come with extra goodies. Otherwise, there's no fucking reason to go buy the game.
Yeah, and while what you're saying is good, I also have only thing that keeps like rearing its ugly head is Battle Pass. You have to allow me to get my money back. If you're gonna charge me $20 or whatever the fuck for another installment of a campaign,
I'm thinking the way that it's gonna be is instead of how it's timed, like once you get through certain tiers of the battle passes, like you'll start getting chunks back.
What do I need it for? What am I buying?
What do you mean?
Well, if the battle pass is free, and I'm buying it one time, what the hell am I earning? Just stuff?
I'm saying pay for the. Well, the same thing you would in any other fucking game. You just don't have to do it within a certain time frame.
No, but what I'm saying is like in Call of Duty, I have roughly about 40 days to finish my battle pass, right? I pay $20, I earn it, I can just get it. Then I can keep getting that $20 over and over again. Sure, I miss out on some stuff if I don't complete it, but I can earn my 1,000 COD points back to then put it right back into the game and continue on as forth. But if Halo is a one-time buy, and what am I fucking earning? Like rec packs? I didn't give a shit about them in Halo 5. Why the hell do I need them in this one?
Packs. They're not doing rec packs.
Yeah,
So it's just this battle pass.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is in it? Just stuff?
No, so every season they come out with a new battle pass, which is it's.
But they're not doing that now.
Or roughly 3 months.
We're not doing what now?
They are doing that. Every season is gonna have a battle pass.
Yeah, that's happening.
Every season's 3 months.
But I thought the whole concept of this was that there was no, like, you could always earn it.
Yeah, you can always earn it. All right. I'm gonna explain it simply. Every season, the game will have seasons. Every season will be a battle pass. But say like I only played like 5 days of this season. I didn't complete my battle pass. You can still complete that battle pass, but there still will be another existing battle pass on top of that.
Oh, weird. That's so
go look at MCC.
weird.
Go look at MCC.
Okay.
What I'm thinking is that it would be cool if they did it this way. I don't know if they will, because I mean that's a one-time buy. They make more money if they didn't do it this way, but it would be like, you buy the battle pass, and once you get certain fucking tiers, like you start getting your chunks, once you hit certain basically time markers, basically at this point, you'll be getting your chunks of your battle pass money back, so you can go and buy the next one.
I wonder if they'll allow you
they
to
plan
buy
that.
multiple battle passes at a time.
That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, where it's like now you're like, if you want the other one, you can buy 2 now, or you can buy 3 at a time if you're 3 seasons behind. That'd be weird, but I guess it's a way. Yeah. All right, well, I think that was a good enough Halo talk there. Yeah, at a different topic. Or for a different episode, we can go full fledged, and hopefully, by the time, obviously, we're going to continue talking about Halo as the year goes on. It's the talk for Xbox right now, and what the hell is going to happen with it. So more news, obviously, we're waiting for it to come. Speaking of something that we cannot wait for, at least I can't, is Starfield. It's Bethesda's mainline studio making it, and I have stated this before. I am a sci-fi video game. I love the sci-fi video game stuff. I loved Outer Worlds, which was Obsidian's version of this sort of style. But to see that Bethesda is going to have their Fallout and Skyrim sort of flavor to a space genre, to the space genre. It seems like we're having a lot of space games. Is that just me? There are a lot of space games coming.
Is it something going on with like fucking No Man's Sky or some shit too? Like, I don't think
they're always pushing out updates, dude. They're on top of it.
Well, this one is big though. It's not like it's just a small. Like this one, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with it, but it's supposedly pretty fucking big. Point is, yes, there's a good amount of space stuff. You had the Mass Effect stuff drop this year. I think rumored of another Mass Effect game. Of course, not showing at E3 because they're not ready for it. Yeah. But it's a good amount of space stuff happening. It is what it is.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm all, we had the years of fantasy, and now we're going back into space. So
we have a lot of fantasy.
Yeah, we had a pretty good chunk of fantasy. I'm not saying just recent years. I'm saying like a couple of years back, we had a big chunk of fantasy games coming out. Then we had a big chunk of zombie games coming out.
3?
No, I mean there was just that sort of flavor kind of thrown around there, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Starfield, all we got was a little teaser trailer, and then we got a date, so that was cool that we're getting it next year. But, I mean, this has a lot riding on it. I mean, with the very mixed reviews of Fallout 4, the very mixed reviews of Fallout 76, and the only thing that really is like that, that I think both Fallout 76 and ESO have definitely found their marks now, and ESO obviously way years later, or way before that they found their mark. It was definitely an interesting one when it was launching though. So I'm curious to try and see where they go with it, because the reason why I loved Outer Worlds was the character development of all of the people that you meet and the reasoning on them joining your crew. If I'm some lone, motherfucker just wandering space for no fucking reason, that to me doesn't really seem fun. And another thing that doesn't seem fun is if I'm having to go to planets to discover it. I have that game. It's called No Man's Sky. I don't need Starfield to do that same exact shit.
Starfield is probably gonna do it.
I mean, that's
what I'm, and that's what it kind of alluded to. But I want to go to places. I want like it to be exactly how, not exactly, but you know, to the level of a major, you know, AAA game of that Outer Worlds couldn't do. But
are you down, cut you off?
Yeah, I'm good.
What would sell Starfield for me even more is if on top of, I mentioned we talked about it. I'm gonna build on top of that. Remember I talked about, you know, in Bethesda there'll probably be an emphasis on combat, which No Man's Sky kind of didn't give you. No Man's Sky, up to a point, was you got to run away, and then you get a gun. It's like, all right, now I can fight, but it still was no emphasis on combat. Combat is very small. So I will like, you know, I want some space rifles. Give me that shit. But also, what would sell No Man's Sky for me? No, what would sell Starfield for me would be on top of space discovery and like discovering these new planets. Bitch, put Earth in there. Let me go to like planets that are already established.
So you want like, a real planetary exploration?
Because imagine like
not some guy that landed on it, you know, 8 years ago and named it Glorp 87, and you're like, oh, well, that's cool.
I want to be able to travel out there and like give me like the No Man's Sky-esque in terms of like, yo, it's gonna take you like 10 minutes to get there. Like, all right, I'm gonna go fucking chill for 10 minutes, so I'll land there. But I also want to be able to return to Earth. Say like you got a home or some shit, or like you could trade on Earth. I want to have major big planets that I use for trading and or living on, but also have shit I can discover. And no, that is asking for like a big ask, but like I want it to be a thing.
Well, do you guys think it's gonna be a multiplayer, or you think it's gonna be solo?
I think
it's solo. Solo game. Do not make that game multiplayer.
Why?
I just don't see a game that is a front runner of like this is their third, you know, I don't want to go back to the pillar thing, but it is what it is. Because you got Elder Scrolls, you got Fallout, and then you got this. You can get a multiplayer game in there somewhere eventually, but like, you know, Starfield Online or whatever. But I say for this one, you keep it single player to keep that RPG, that Western RPG feel, that Bethesda feel. Because to me, you know, this is just me. I don't find ESO relatively attractive. I don't find Fallout 76 relatively attractive. I don't want to do that, and because at first, the theme doesn't really seem fun to me with Elder Scrolls. I just never have gotten into them. And then with Fallout, it's very, very close, but it's also post-apocalyptic, and so I'm not really into that. I like the NPC fact of it. Like, I don't mind that, because that to me is telling. That's good storytelling. That is me going on an adventure. I like going on adventures in space. It's the final frontier, you know? They say it in Star Trek for a reason. It's what can I discover? What quirky characters am I able to like figure out? And I think Obsidian nailed that with Outer Worlds. You just find the bits of humor, the weird creatures, the robots, the what the fuck is that thing over there that's about to kill me? Like those kind of things that I think with what because Starfield, this is one of those things that like I like seeing the creatures from Fallout, because those are original ideas. You have these, but at the end, they're still mutants. They're still ghouls. They're still like Fallout-y things, whereas the fantasy aspect of things is you got to hit those fantasy marks. They do add a little bit of different things like cat people and lizard people, but like it's still fantasy. You got dragons, you got trolls, you got big giant spiders, things like that. This is a think outside the box. What can you do with it? What is out there? You don't know. No one knows. So create something. What crazy thing? That's what I love about like the spin-offs of Star Wars movies, or I like the in-depths that some Star Wars movies and shows will do. They'll just start showing creatures because yeah, that thing looks like a giant fish, but like it's a person. So it's like
it looks like a giant fish, but it's a person.
Yeah, Emerald Akbar is the fish person. He's what, Mon Calamari or whatever it is.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck, yep.
Yeah, big old fish. So it's like that to me is cool. I want to
Raptors.
see weird shit. But I want it to feel fun, and I want to build a crew. Like that to me, I think could get eliminated if you add multiplayer, because then you're like, oh well, I could just get my crew together, and I don't like how Bethesda does. Get your friends together and go play. It's like, you're not really good at that. So,
Well, they only
like,
did it the one time, though. I mean,
what do you mean?
and to be fair, the game wasn't even done. Like Fallout 76.
I mean,
That's
yes,
really
it
the
was
only like.
also they want you to play
Yeah,
with friends, but
Yeah, but yes,
Well, I mean,
it's actually a good MMO.
I'm not saying that. It's just, to me, it's not good playing with friends, I guess, because like when
Why?
when we were grouped up, you could have gone. We're just essentially grouped up. Like you could go off and fuck off and do your own thing. And I could do my own thing, and we could just be doing our own stuff. But like it to me didn't really. It's not necessary to be grouped up, even though they want you to be like, oh yeah, go ahead. It's like,
Well, there
but
is
you're giving me
activities that you can only specifically do with
multiple
others.
people.
wait, are
Okay.
you
Yeah.
talking about ESO?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, all MMOs are like that when you team up with people. They're all like that's
Yeah.
not a
Look
Bethesda
at Guild
thing.
Wars
That's
2 is like that.
yeah, that's a standard
Fucking,
MMO thing. Final Fantasy 14, which I played, is just like that.
maybe you just don't like
Now,
MMOs.
But here's the thing:
yeah,
I don't want a fucking another MMO if you're gonna make this your third tier
it doesn't have
of
to be an
genre.
MMO. It just depends
It
on how you
can,
do it. It can easily be on some
like 4-player co-op.
yeah, 4-player co-op easy because like
I just
depending
don't
on
see that
there's
as.
got to be a story to it, you know. And I don't, and I'm getting tired of Bethesda actually giving me good games, but like games that I feel like will be perfect for multiplayer, and they're not giving me that. But like again, like I understand what you said. When they do multiplayer, it's kind of handled shittily, but then again, it's MMOs, right? So we don't know where Starfield is going. It could be heavily story based, and if it's heavily story based, all you got to do is add the instance of another person, and then boom, you got yourself a fucking game, a co-op game at that. But the minute you try to make it like No Man's Sky, it becomes, I think, what you don't like. In terms of like everyone has their own set of shit to do. We don't have to do things together. But space travel is a little different because with space travel, even in No Man's Sky, even though we had our own shit to do, we never really separated.
Yeah, I mean,
We
to
all
me, I
stuck.
just I don't want it. Like if they go multiplayer and they're like, yeah, you can have up to 4 players playing along with, I won't fucking like I just see that game not earning higher than a 7. Like it just needs to focus on the Bethesda formula, which is give me a good story. People love the Fallout series, people love the Elder Scrolls series, and there's a reason for it. It's the lore, it's the gameplay, and it's feeling like a badass. If you
Yeah,
can't
but
give
Skyrim would be so much better with other players.
that
Could
what?
be.
People made mods.
Skyrim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
100%. Because here's why.
But
though. Here's why.
it's a different game. It's
Look
an
at-
RPG. It's a single player RPG, Western single player RPG. And they're the kings of creating that idea. If you're just going to shove multiplayer down my throat, I'm not going to play it. Cuz that's not the formula. That's not what you. And if Todd Howard's coming out and saying Starfield is just a sci-fi version of Elder Scrolls, then it fucking better be. So I don't know. It just I if they come out with 2-player co-op, like it's a Fable situation where it's like, hey, come out and check out my shit, and then look at this stuff, and then let's go do this mission. All right, bye. You have no effect on my world at all. That I don't really care about. But if I'm like, yeah, get your 4 players together and let's go play. I don't know. I think there's too many of those games.
What do you mean by has no effect on the world? You talking about like the players?
you complete those missions for somebody else, but once you go back to your game, like you'll have stuff that you earn from their world, but your world will not be progressed. Like,
yeah, but you don't have to always make it like that. You know, you can. Far Cry 5 did that. It was kind of fucking dog shit.
Oh, so that's what you want? you want a single player game to do that?
Did you not just hear me say I was fucking dog shit?
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Is like,
but you don't have to do that. Meaning you don't have to make it like that. That was a conscious decision. You can easily make it. Everyone's earning it at the same time, sort of thing. It's just I don't know why the fuck Far Cry did that. Because no one's gonna play through that. Look, Far Cry, while they are good, do I really want to sit there and play through that shit twice? That's you have to look at yourself like. Now Skyrim is not one of those. Skyrim is one of those games you can play through twice. Cause I'm on like my second playthrough of Skyrim. Cause I was doing it with Ashton. That's one of the games you
Yeah.
can do again. Even cause you can change your decisions in it. You know, Far Cry is not one of those games you can change decisions. So I think Skyrim definitely would have been better. Like it adds like that fantasy RPG element to it, like saying like no two people are gonna be alike sort of thing. Like you may have me who I like bows and shit, and then you may have you over here who likes axes and whatnot. Where all of our builds would be different, and that adds to variety.
I think if you do that, you eliminate the story progression of like detailed characters, of where it's like, oh, you can
Like NPCs.
Yeah, you're gonna remove that aspect of it because you're gonna go, I don't fucking need you. I don't need the NPC. I'd rather have someone playing with me, and I don't give a shit about any character development anymore.
That's
Well, NPCs in pretty much every game except for the Outer Worlds. Because Outer Worlds, AI was actually good.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That like that's a case by case thing because honestly, when I play Skyrim through the 2000 player, I ain't bring nobody with me.
Well, yeah, because you don't need to. You're a fucking god. There's no real need.
Sometimes you need to.
But the thing is like
carry your shit. They're a mule.
But my thing is like with how Outer Worlds did it was obviously but my other games like that, like Mass Effect. That is a single-player game. Do not fucking give me multiplayer. It's a 4-player person anyway. I don't need more than 4 people to go and do something. And if you're telling me I can fill those with actual bodies, then I don't need the 4 people. Why do I need a character? Why do I need to have a relationship with characters in the game when I'm not going to ever play with them? Like, they benefit me never. And then there's like you got these guys coming with you. What do you choose to do? And it's like, I don't fucking care. Like, okay, we'll just do this thing, I guess. Like, because my friends are going to be with me the whole time, so there's no need for me to actually care for their opinions. But, like, I don't know. I think it just can... If you make them make a single-player game, make the single-player game. Give me Starfield Online later. Just go ahead and do that. If this game does successful, obviously we'll see Starfield Online, especially since ESO has come out and since Fallout 76 has come out, and both of which found their fan bases. And Starfield would probably get theirs as well very easily, considering that the 2 other ones have succeeded. Fallout 76 definitely had a very rough start, but eventually got to its the people that play it. So I just think that with Starfield, you keep it just single player. Let me explore the galaxy and find my crew. I think I'm also basing this off of Outer Worlds and Mass Effect, where they have done such a great job with really making me care about the side characters and to really want to go and find more information about people and to build relationships and to like fully do that. I mean, going based on that, there's definitely not this. I mean, there's a very light good and bad playthroughs of those games. You get good and bad endings in all of the series, right? So, but it's not necessarily like my character is evil, right?
Yeah.
So this would definitely be a...
Look, you just pretty foul shit at Skyrim. I don't want to say, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you can blow up a town in Fallout 3, and that's in the very beginning. So, but the thing is like, there's nothing on the tier list. I mean, sure, you'll get like a little banter with another guy that you blew up the fucking city, blah blah blah, and then you find out that he's a scumbag and you kill him and then you get his shit. But there's no like, oh, now you're evil now because you blew up a fucking city. There's like, oh, you blew up a city. That's awfully shitty of you to do, but hey, you fucking did it. Like,
yeah, because it's all about make your own story sort of thing. And then the thing about those games and why I don't like crucially judge you for things like that is because they want your moral compass to be like aligned, right? So the game doesn't have to tell you you're a shit person, but I guarantee you every time you make a decision like that, you automatically think to yourself, "Oh, I'm an asshole for this."
Yeah, but I like games that make me like my character becomes who I am, kind of thing. Like that's
Oh,
kind
like
of
in
how
Fable,
I like
or if you're hella evil, you start growing horns.
it. Exactly.
And, like, kill your
Or
wife.
in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, or in Mass Effect, there's this good and bad side, and people start to look at you differently, or dialogue options change, because that to me makes it fun. Where like I had a totally different experience with Jimmy than Ashton had because he chose to go and attack this city, whereas I didn't choose to go attack this city, so I have different dialogue options. Because then there's conversation. There's a reason to talk. Otherwise, I mean, obviously, Skyrim is Skyrim, and it's been, put on everything in a potato. But, like, I just, huh?
It's on my TV.
There you go. It's in Alexa, so you can fucking play that thing anywhere. But the, I don't know. That's my 2 cents about it. I just wish that this game is good, especially after coming off of Cyberpunk. I need a fucking good sci-fi game. And I'm tired of shitty sci-fi games coming out. So
I feel bad for it
I
because like
still
nobody's
wanna
done
play
sci-fi like
Cyberpunk.
extremely well in a long time. Like Mass Effect did a really good job, but like apart from that, I mean,
yeah.
I
So
don't know of anything in recent memory that's actually been good.
I still really want to play Cyberpunk. I haven't because I'm pretty sure my original Xbox One was fucking fried if I ever tried to start that bitch up. I'm gonna have to wait till I get a Series X and then like play it.
They say it's up to like where it needed to be at launch, but I'm gonna wait even a little bit longer.
yeah, CD Projekt Red I think stated that they are happy with how the game is right now.
But they're planning
it's
on
still
updating
glitchy,
it more or
but,
no?
Yeah. Yeah, they had a whole roadmap set up for how they were gonna have multiplayer after sometime next year.
At this
Maybe
point,
I'll
it's
put
just
more
wait
great.
until the Xbox Series X and PS5 updates come out. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
when
but
I'm
I
waiting
think
to
I'll
jump
also
back
wait
in.
for multiplayer because I'd fuck with that with someone. I don't know. I'm a very not campaign. I'm a very co-op person. I fucks with co-op games like a lot more than I do with like single player games. Well, okay, no, there's some good single player games out there. Don't get me wrong, but like if you give me a chance to play with friends, I'm probably gonna play with friends 9 times out of 10.
Same.
And
It's just more fun.
I'm not saying don't give me co-op games. I'm just saying put it where it needs to go. Don't force feed me that I need to go and do this. There's already the stipulation that I'm going to be not very happy with the fact that I'm going and discovering fucking planets. I'm not really into that, but because I'd like to go and visit like how Mass Effect is. It takes place like centuries into the future, and there's a citadel, and there's like all these other fucking like
I'm sure
aliens.
there'll be shit like that, but I mean, there's gonna be like.
But I mean, of the trailer,
you
it
don't
looked
want
like I
space
was
travel?
launching out for the first time on a desert planet.
But
So,
then you're
You don't
basically
want, like,
asking
space
for the
travel,
thing
though?
that I want, where you want pre-established places, but you also want to look at your own shit. Because even in Mass Effect, some of those planets you haven't really been to. Because I played Andromeda. Well, at least Andromeda. Like, there was a
well,
planet you
Andromeda,
haven't
yeah. I mean, like the way I'm seeing it is like I don't want that to be 90% of the stuff I'm doing. Is like, hey, you need this lunar rock on this planet. Fuck off. We don't know about it. Go get it, and then you get attacked by things. It's like, I'd rather be like, oh, there's this, this citadel, or there's these towns on this other planet, and this thing like that. As much as I keep going back and trying to compare it, the only game you can compare this to is Obsidian's Outer Worlds. And so it's like, the way I liked it was how, sure, were there some faults to it? Yeah, that's what, it's not a, AAA game. It was their game that they wanted to make. But I think that they had the cities correct, where you go into these little, you go on a planet, yeah, it's fucking a disaster because there's these monsters that are just living there, and then there's a city with like walls built around it that can like, tell a story. That I don't mind, but like, don't have me going and discovering like half the time. That's what made Mass Effect 1 not super great and a little rough to play going back to it, especially if people played 2 and 3. So, because you had to go on a lunar rover thing and try and get rocks and stuff, and some people like that, the resource things. I fucking didn't. So it's just weird to have like resource management in a game like that. But I don't know. It's a lot to be wanting. And we got until November to figure that out. But speaking of another game, though, that is relatively coming soon, and I believe I'm trying to get the date before I fully say it. But it is Battlefield 2042 is also shown. October is what they're doing at. So October 22nd, 2021. Tyler, this was a game that you were looking forward to. Give us a little brief thing that you were very excited about, if you're there.
Oh shit! I had my mic flipped up. What the fuck? It's Battlefield. It's just chaos, you know. Like, am I excited for it as much as Nathan is? No. Is it a change of pace to take me away from some of the more competitive games I play? Yeah, because all I'm right now playing is Warzone. You know how that's going. Apex. Ashton knows how that's going. And I always sweat all the time. Right? If you sweat in Battlefield, you may need to just quit, like go find a job or some shit. So it's just that mindless. I get to blow up anything. Hey, you're camping in this building. I'm gonna fuck you up. Sort of thing. I think that would be like a good. I feel like we need that. I feel like everyone's too sweaty. Right?
Yeah.
Warzone's a terrible fucking place. There's cheaters everywhere. Apex is getting some cheaters too. I can't tell you why. Everything is just kind of dog shit a little bit. Like it's fun to play the games until like some bullshit happens. Like, all right, motherfucker, I don't want to be here no more. So Battlefield, I think, is the answer to let a lot of people chill out.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm looking forward to it.
going back to Battlefield 4, I played just about a month ago. It was, I mean, the game looks solid and it's fun. So, very excited to see where the chaos that this trailers that they have been releasing, that DICE has been showing us, have just been just insane. So, if they're gonna bring that level of insanity, can't wait.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Anything, Ashton, about Battlefield, or you just kind of?
No, I mean, I've never been a huge Battlefield fan. I mean, the ones I liked were was 4 was the last one I liked, which apparently is a lot of other people too. So I'm excited. You know, it's going back to the modern era. I like the chaos. It's definitely a game that you just fucking have fun. You get a bunch of cool clips. It's not a sweaty game for me either. I mean, I do enjoy sniping in that game a lot because of how much skill it takes to fucking actually get somebody with a sniper rifle with a bullet drop in that game. It's so satisfying when you kill somebody.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Well, speaking of very satisfying games, Forza Horizon 5 was also announced, and November 9th, 2021 release date for that. I love the Forza Horizon games. They're just mindless fun, and you can just race around wherever the location is, whether that be in wherever Marty is barking or wherever that is going to be in this one, like in the outback in Australia or in the UK. In this one, we are going to Mexico, and I don't know. The Playground Games has been top notch in making these Horizon games. And they're just fun. They're just fun, exciting things. It's kind of like watching Fast and the Furious. It's mindless fun. You don't necessarily need to do it. I'm hoping there's some DLC of Fast and the Furious that comes to Forza Horizon 5, like how they did for Horizon 2. But we might not get it. There's just a lot of cool cars in F9 that it would be pretty cool if they update and come out with DLC for. But I mean, Forza Horizon especially has not been shy to do some fun DLCs like adding Legos, Lego Island, and a couple other fun stuff like the Fast and the Furious DLC. So it'd be cool to see where we get a little south of the border down there in Mexico and getting some cool landscapes there. So, and where the story's gonna go. I hope that it seems like every step they go, every Horizon, we're getting a bit more to our character, that we actually get to customize it, or now you're the host of Horizon, or now this, or now that. So it's going to be very interesting. But Ashton, you actually had this on your list, which was very interesting. So what is it about Forza Horizon that's bringing you closer to that?
Well, I'm not typically a racing game kind of guy. They are typically really boring for me. I will say though, Forza Horizon 5 is just super photorealistic. I'm excited to just play it, to see it. Kind of like how people are excited to play Flight Simulator. They just want to see how awesome it looks. But then I also got, I got to see they're putting other mini games and stuff in there, doing it to where it's a little bit more, I don't know, fun. You're not just driving around. I could do that in GTA.
Yeah, and
But
go ahead, keep going. Come back to that.
I've never. I think the last Forza game I played was like Forza Motorsport 4. So
Oof. Yeah, it's been a little bit.
it's been a hot minute. That was like the first Forza game where you could import like your own car wraps and people just put nudes over their car.
No.
Hell yeah! Wait, get me back there.
So I mean, I'm excited. Check it out, play it.
Yeah, going back to the custom maps thing, that really, really, really makes me happy because now that adds a little more to the game. What crazy, like, fun user created stuff? Are we gonna get something like user created stuff, like something crazy like how GTA and Trials like produces, where that user created content is just like it could just go. Like you could completely create a different game. I remember playing Trials and I was playing Slender. That was what was crazy. But I don't think we're gonna get to that level. But it'd be cool to like see like custom maps and game modes and things like that, or maybe more of a Halo Forge sort of style of things, where maybe some game types get created through that. And that to me, I think is gonna be enough to probably hold us a little bit until we get from Playground, obviously Fable. But until then, I think Fable's pretty far out. Tyler, anything with Forza Horizon 5?
Man, I haven't touched Forza games since I think I was on the fucking 360. I'm not gonna hold you. Racing games aren't my forte. I will admit this one does look really good. So I mean, it could be something to like consider playing. Maybe like I said, like how like Battlefield is that break from like the serious shooters I play. Maybe Forza is also what I need to like stop playing all this fucking sweaty shit I'm always on. So who knows what's gonna happen when it comes out.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the last game here. I'm gonna probably butcher this, but Euden Chronicle, which is the last game for Tyler here. What's standing out to that? We're getting 3 of these games. Chronicle Rising.
Yeah, I think.
Oh no, two. There's 2 games. Sorry, they just put it on this list twice.
Yeah, because I think one is because I can't recall the trailer in my head at all. I think one is like kind of like say like Final Fantasy VII in terms of combat, you can walk around and shit. But I think the second one they're releasing is
100
like
Heroes. Is what?
Yeah, I think
is a platformer.
I think the second one they're releasing is platform. Yeah, one of them seems a platform side scroller. That was like the secret one they were announcing. I was like, oh okay, like this is kind of cool. Me, like I really enjoy anime and anime-esque games, so I thought this would be a good one to add for me because I'm definitely gonna try to play it. And it just looked really clean. Character design. Who doesn't like a good main character anime design? And this game has a lot of that. You get the edgy boy, you get the oh please save me, all that shit. So I'm looking forward to playing that. I don't know about the side scroll. Like I said, if my memory serves me correct, it is a side scroll one coming out along with the mainline one. But yeah, I definitely will be checking those out. It was something to add to the many list of like anime-esque games that I am lacking in my life at the moment.
Yeah, Rising scheduled for 2022 and 100 Heroes scheduled for 2023. So,
okay, cool.
So yeah, I guess we'll move on to scoring. We'll briefly go through that. The way that this is all working out is that whatever we said, so we had to get the name right and we had to get the date right. And if the name and date were correct, you get 1 full point, and half for each half corrected thing. Ashton, your predictions for the Xbox and Bethesda showcase was Halo Infinite, coming out on November 12th, and that the story comes after the multiplayer release, and would come out would be 4. Yeah, story would come after, so multiplayer would be released early, which would be in September. Fable was going to get a 2023 announce date. Starfield was going to go April 2022. Elder Scrolls 6 coming summer 2023. They're going to talk about Avowed. Hellblade 2 coming out in October 19th, and then also Psychonauts 2 coming out December 7th, and then Everwild getting a September 24th. How did you feel with? Damn, he's biting me, you little shit. Okay, I'm gonna need to have you back down, but as I go and take care of him before I go, how did you feel about the fact of some of these didn't get announced? Like, what is your feelings about the ones that didn't get talked about? You a little sad
really
about it, or
bummed
you
about it.
like
Yeah.
bummed? Okay, go on. Go ahead and elaborate.
I wanted my two biggest things I was looking forward to besides Halo were Avowed and Fable. Like, I fucking cannot wait to see what they do with Avowed, because it's the game they always wanted to make. I love fantasy RPGs. They're a lot of fun. I like the medieval aspect. It's magic and fucking killing people and fucking being a badass. It's a lot of fun. And then Fable. Fable's like fucking goofy. Fantasy as well. It was a lot of fun. I played 2 and 3. They're just really funny games. I was hoping that Obsidian would take it, but I am going to be curious to see what Playground Games does with it.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to see what they can do with something a little bit more out of their realm, you know, not just, you know, racing games. So you know, I was really curious to see what they did with it. I've been waiting for a new Fable game for a very long time, so guess we'll just see.
Yeah. So going based on your predictions, so Halo did show up at Xbox and Bethesda Showcase. Unfortunately, no date. So you only get half a point for that. No Fable, obviously. Starfield, you did get that correct. They did talk about Starfield, but you did not get the date correct, saying that it was coming out in April. Elder Scrolls 6 was not talked about. Avowed was not talked about. Hellblade 2 was not talked about. Psychonauts 2 was talked about, so you get a half point there. But the date was wrong, you saying December 7th, and in actuality, the date for Psychonauts 2 was announced for August 25th, 2021. And then Everwild was not talked about at all. So, final score for the Xbox and Bethesda, 1.5. Pretty solid start. For my predictions, I had Battlefield 6, which they did talk about. But the date was wrong. I said November 19th, and in actuality, Battlefield is coming out October 22nd. So, didn't get that one. I said November 19th. Crossfire X was not talked about. Halo Infinite, they did talk about, but I got there's no date for it, so technically, only half a point there. So, that's how that works out. Didn't talk about Fable. They did talk about Starfield. I didn't give myself credit for that, I don't think. No, I didn't. So I got half a point there. I get half a point for Halo. I get half a point for Fable. Or not Fable, for Starfield. So there's a... Ooh, this might change some stuff. Perfect Dark was not talked about. Hellblade was not talked about. And the a new coalition project, which are the people that create Gears of War. They did not announce anything. I said Perfect Dark was going to come out holiday of next year. Hellblade was going to come out this year in October, and Starfield was coming out in February of 2022, and Fable was going to get fall 2022. So, at the end of that, the scores have changed from what I have originally written, and we're tied, 1.5 to 1.5. So, that's how that turned out.
It's going neck and neck here.
Yeah. I will say a little disappointed that we didn't get to see any Hellblade stuff. At least tell me that it's coming like next year. But it seems like that might be a little bit farther out. And nothing on Perfect Dark. Nothing. But that might still be just a concept, and that's probably, we'll save that for next E3 sort of thing. Maybe even another E3. So, yeah, that's the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. Any final words?
No.
Cool. If you were to grade it on a grading scale, A, B, C, D kind of thing, what would you give Xbox and Bethesda?
B.
A B. That's a pretty good score. That's a pretty good
I give
grade.
it a B.
Good
B?
conference. They just need more time, I think,
Mm-hmm.
for two fucking umbrella companies merging together and showing off all their shit
Mm-hmm.
under one company.
Especially since, I think I would give it a B as well, just because
Yeah.
if you're only going to show me 2 games of Bethesda, then there's no need to actually tell me that Bethesda's going to be there. I just need to assume that they are. But yeah, I think a B is a fair grade. We're moving on to our second topic, which is Nintendo. The Nintendo conference. These next ones are going to go pretty fast because both Nintendo and Ubisoft had shorter conferences, well, in the sense of announcements and stuff like that. So these aren't going to be as big as the Xbox conference. So let's get first impressions. Ashton, how did you feel about Nintendo's thing?
Fucking lackluster, dude. Not impressed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Tyler?
It wasn't for me, but I could say that it was pretty solid for people that were like interested in it. Not everybody got what they wanted, but I could see where some people were very pleased.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that as well. It definitely leaves me wanting more because there's not very much here that I would say would sell the console. Whereas Xbox kind of came out with a lot that would sell the console or the service itself of Xbox Game Pass. So with Nintendo, it's a little interesting based on some of the games that I have here on this list. But going into lists, let's start with Tyler this time. Tyler, you have Metroid Dread. Definitely a game that kind of came out of like nowhere. We thought this game was dead. But then again, 8 years later or whatever, here it is. So, Metroid Dread, side-scroller, original playstyle of a Metroid game. How do you feel about it?
I think at least Metroid fans are getting something. Shit, I don't, like you just said, how long? It's not what they want, obviously, but I think it could be like letting out the hook, so to speak, in terms of let's see if they fuck with this, and if they do, we'll give them what they want.
Okay.
So you gotta hold on hope for something. So I'm pretty sure when I was younger, I did play a Metroid game to completion. No, because I didn't own like the console.
Those are hard. Those are hard games. Metroid.
Yeah, no,
Metroid
I fucking sucked when I was younger at games. I couldn't do anything, but I didn't beat it. But enjoyed my time on it. So I could definitely say if my little brother starts being a little asshole, I will think about playing it for sure.
Mm-hmm. I also had Metroid on my list as well. I'm just glad to see Samus is still apparently worth something for the Nintendo company.
Yeah.
Kind of going on that, what I wanted Metroid for, yeah, not only because it was a prediction of mine and I wanted points, but the fact that where the hell is that game? And a lot of people have been, there's reports that, they had to restart and they were having so much difficulty in making the game creatively. So I don't know where Metroid 4 is, but hopefully this ties us over. Hopefully it's a decent game. I'll probably get it on Switch for the unfortunate probably $60 they'll charge for it. It better not be.
For a fucking 2D platformer game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It should be 50 or 40, but here we are. How in depth it's going to be, I don't know. But the yeah, I don't know. It's definitely an interesting one that they decided to come out with, that we're getting this. And apparently this is the last of Samus. This is the conclusion of Samus and the Metroids. So I don't know what that means, but here we are. They also say that it's a pretty decent game for people that have never played a Metroid game before and long-time players as well. So, yeah, we'll see where it kind of goes from there. But speaking of where it's going, apparently Super Monkey Ball is not dead. Where the hell is this going? Is Super Monkey Ball getting revived, Ashton?
Maybe.
Okay. So this is not a new Super Monkey Ball though.
No, this is like 3 older ones.
Okay. And you played? Have you played any of these ones that are getting
I
remastered?
played 2.
Okay.
Played 2.
You've played
Yeah.
Super Monkey the second
Number 2.
one? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And this is this a remake or is this a remaster?
I don't. They're not remakes.
Okay.
I think they're just gonna be HD remasters.
Okay.
They're basically just porting them over. I don't. It'll be fun to play. Because literally it's just a party game. It has like a story mode thing, but it's all like you're just going through fucking obstacle courses every level.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like mini games and stuff where you can play pool and you're your own pool ball. So
yeah, I can see where like kind of
screaming while you're fucking rolling around, tossing them into billiards. You know,
I can see where like kind of an online era could enjoy something like that.
100%.
Yeah. Speaking of party games, Mario Party Superstars was announced.
Yeah.
This is only on my list because I was irritated on the fact that it fucking exists. What the hell was the point of Mario Party 10 if we're getting this game? Like, Mario Party 10 came out last year. What the fuck is this? That you're going to tell me that I need to go buy another Mario Party to go play the fucking, like, greatest hits of the franchise? Why didn't you just give that to me in Mario Party 10, like as a DLC even?
Nintendo.
So I have to pay another $60 fucking to go and buy this thing. Fuck Mario Party, by the way. It's a shitty game. I don't understand where the fun of it is. There's no fun aspect of it. It's a shit.
The older ones were good because the
Mario
boards
Party
were
10
actually
is
fun.
Mario Party 10 is a dog shit of a fucking game.
Oh, 100% agree. I didn't fucking buy it. I
so
played it at my dad's house. It's like, I'm not buying this. This is fucking trash.
It's irritating. It's just irritating that Nintendo decided to put this out. This to me is a slap to the face to whoever bought that fucking game, which I did. So fuck Nintendo for even making this game, but whatever. They even did the whole like, hey, we gave you DLC for free of like some past party games for Mario Party 10. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So they're just gonna give us like updated stuff. No, that was it. That's the end of it. They were like, here's this. Go away. Go buy our $60 game again of the games of the party games that you have already played on the GameCube and Game Boy. Like, it just to me is like irritating. And yeah.
I mean, here's my thing with Mario Party is like the mini games are still good, but the issue is like for me, the boards are just so small and they're not fun. They're so like,
and there's only like 3. There's not very many of them.
It's a waste. It's a waste. It feels like, it feels like a waste of money. So it just wasn't worth it. They aren't putting the time into those games that they used to.
No.
That's what I'm getting from
it's
it.
Like put Mario and his friends in it and then charge $60 because
it's for kids. They're not gonna care.
Yeah.
They don't fucking know what's good and what's not. I played a fucking Scooby-Doo game growing up and I thought it was the shit. Go back and play that now. It's gonna be the worst fucking game I've probably ever played in my life.
Yeah.
Fortnite exists.
Hey, we gave that didn't we give that best Battle Royale? Did we do that? I don't know. I can't remember now. Or no, we gave that. It made it through like Game of the Decade, but we did not give it Game of the Decade. We gave it to Minecraft, I think. But Fortnite got close.
What happened to the YouTube series you're supposed to do? Playing every Battle Royale we could find.
I still have it on my desktop here of the list of all those games. But yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later. Speaking of a little bit later, Breath of the Wild 2 was talked about, and it is a little bit later. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, that is a working title because they have said that if they told us the title of the game, it would spoil the game. What the fuck? So
my whole thing about that is why would you name it that in the first place?
I have no idea, and I don't know why you would tell me that. Like that's like at the beginning of Knives Out. Well, it's like at the beginning of Knives Out when Rian Johnson came on screen and he says, "By the way, there's 2 twists in this movie," and you're like, "Okay." So I guess the first time I feel duped that's not the real time. It's the second time. Oh my god. I don't know. It's just very weird. But let's talk about the good things. You guys are Zelda fans. What's going on here? I was not really a fan of Breath of the Wild. That's just because I'm not really that big of a Zelda fan. I love it from afar. It's cool. It's a cool concept, just not for me. But what are you guys thinking about this?
I mean, it looked cool. I mean, it looked like Breath of the Wild, just like updated. It seemed, from what I saw from it, it looked like DLC.
Ooh.
It did, because I mean, it's the same exact world, which is fine. But what they did add to it, was you're gonna be up in the sky and shit. I mean, it looks like it could be really, really fucking cool. They just need to really pull me in more, because like my hope for it was like, we knew we were gonna get a continuation from the story, right? I wanted to see something on that, at least. But like, I want to maybe know if we're gonna be like rebuilding Hyrule at the same time fighting this calamity, or like what's fucking going on, or do we not get to catch a breath and fucking as soon as we fucking just destroy Ganon, then we just get hit with this fucking dude, and like I don't know. I want a little bit more substance to the story
I
than what we got in the
guarantee
first
you
one.
the fucking that Zelda's about to die, and that's probably gonna be in the fucking title. Again, I'm still stuck on the whole. We can't tell you the game title because it'll spoil it. Then why would you
Zelda's
still want to
Last
spoil it when
Breath.
it comes out? Yeah, like the end. Of
Our
Zelda,
princess
the end of
dies. Zelda, the Legend of
like-
Zelda, the dead princess.
Breath of the Last Princess.
Yep, her last breath.
Legend of Zelda and the Breath of the Last Princess. Like, it's gonna be
The
the
Legend
end
of
of
Zelda
all of
and the
the
Princess's
legends. Like, all the
Will, like,
Triforce gets destroyed or some shit. I'd be so pissed.
Like I said, it might be the Legend of Zelda.
She can die, that's fine, but like, there needs to be reincarnation. You can't just like.
Or Link dies.
Yeah, that'd be tight too. I'm cool if like they kill him, because I mean, there's gonna be more stories to tell. They're not gonna like kill the franchise, but it's just like, I don't know. I'd want it to be a little bit more dark if they're gonna be like, this is the end of the Triforce. Like Twilight Princess was like a really dark fucking game. That would have been a good one. Like, using that type of environment, and be like, yeah, Triforce gets destroyed because fucking world gives a shit. This world's done now. Bye. The end. Anyway, if you want to see some other stories of what happened before all this happened, here's our next game.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they should like, I don't know. I don't expect anything like crazy to happen at the end of this story. I like the new Sheikah perks you got, phasing through fucking terrain and fucking structures and all this other shit. It looked cool. I just hope that it doesn't end up being basically a DLC. That's what I'm worried about. That's my main worry about the game. But overall, I liked what I saw. It looked like a mix between Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild.
Speaking of Zelda, because that wasn't the only thing that we got from that. Game & Watch is also getting another little device created for The Legend of Zelda, and it will have the first and second one in there. It's just 1 and 2, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now I did purchase the Mario one, and it does have Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers 2. But it's it is what it is. It's a little device that you can play both those games on it. Is it worth the $70 that it is? Not really, but I have all the other I have the other Nintendo Mini stuff, so I probably will buy this one just to say I have it because I have a problem. But I don't know. So, what are you thinking, Ashton? You're the Zelda person.
I mean, I don't know if I would. I think it'd be cool to have if I got it as like a gift.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd buy it for myself. I'm not really like.
Because you could just buy these games in general. You can play these games for free.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I think it'd be cool to play it on that. But it's definitely not something I'd buy for myself, just because like I don't have that type of disposable income where I'm going to spend like $70 on like a Game & Watch machine that has 2 games on it that I can play for free.
Yeah.
It would literally be a waste of money. Especially since I didn't grow up in that era, it wouldn't even be nostalgia. It would literally be like, be cool.
Yeah. let's see here. Going down the list here. We got one more game to talk about, which is Shimagami Tensei 5, a game that was announced when the console was talked about at first, that we were going to get a Shimagami Tensei game, and this is it. Cool trailer. It looks like Shimagami Tensei. For those that don't know, if you are Persona fans, this is kind of Nintendo's side of the universe where they get the Shimagami Tensei games, whereas Persona was called Shimagami Tensei Persona, and then they dropped it and they just call it Persona now. But so PlayStation fans, there you go. Now you can come back over here to the old Switch and dust it off, blow the inch thick of dust that has been collecting because you got a PS5, and you know that it's a better console at this current moment in time, and you can go play Shimagami Tensei. And yeah, I don't know. I have actually never gotten to play one of them. I have just been strictly a Persona fan. But if these are semi like it, which some of the characters, meaning in this one, because in the SMT games, they refer to them as demons, whereas in the Persona series, they refer to them as personas. So Jack Frost is one of the personas you can get in Persona, and he's also a demon in SMT. So it's Atlas is very it's very interesting how Atlas does this, but they've also had crossovers where SMT and Persona have dipped into each other, and I think it's a 3DS game. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool to play these types of games. I always like playing Atlas games, so I'm excited. I've just been waiting for far too long for this game. So, Tyler, you also have this on your list. I'm assuming because it has that anime flavor to it as well.
Oh, you know, you got to corner the market on that. And it looks interesting. I've only watched people play them. I have never played them for myself. I am currently watching one of my friends play through it on stream. I forgot which one. Probably the latest one is what he's playing through. Whatever one it is, I don't know if you can tell me. It's so dramatic in terms of the turn of events.
That's definitely SMT. It's the end of the fucking world with SMT.
Yeah, no,
with Persona, it's, oh no, anybody's under attack and maybe some people will die. In SMT, the fucking world is at stake and it's just demons everywhere.
First 10 minutes, nobody tells me, hey, I'm like, oh, what happened? He's like, we went to visit our teacher in the hospital because he got hurt and the world ended. I'm like, what? That? How the fuck did that link up? What is? Who caused it? And then what happened was like the cult it was a cult that resided in the hospital. They're the reason the world ended. There's a bunch of like souls in the hospital that you have to like talk to and or fight. I'm like, what? And then also there was like some demon with his dick out.
SMT does have a phallic demon. It is actually a full-on penis. Like if you look it up, it looks like a giant slug. It's a penis. So,
it's a penis.
That was a Nintendo game, everybody. So, yeah. There's not much else to say about it other than it looks cool, and I want to play SMT. So, we'll see. Let's head into the scores here. Oh, I didn't say the dates for when these are coming out. Super Monkey Ball is coming out October 5th, 2021. Breath of the Wild 2 does not have a release date other than a year of 2022. Game & Watch The Legend of Zelda has a date of November 12th, 2021. Metroid Dread is coming out October 8th, 2021. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is coming out November 12th, 2021. Mario Party Superstars, I was going to say All-Stars, but Superstars, Mario Party Superstars is coming out October 29th, 2021. And that's it. That's all from our predictions here. So, let's go into I guess I'll start here with my predictions, which were we were going to get a Switch Pro, which didn't happen. Shinigami Tensei 5 was going to get announced, which was going to be there, and it was. And I said it was going to come out August 6th. Didn't, and it won't. Like I said earlier, it will be coming out in November, so I only get half a point for that. Metroid 4 was going to make an appearance. Didn't happen. Donkey Kong new IP didn't happen. Diddy Kong Racing remake with Xbox partnership didn't happen. It was a long shot, but I prayed to God it was. And the xCloud and Game Pass were going to come winter 2021 and 22, which also didn't happen. So I only got half a point through all of that. I guess I'm more sad about the fact that Game Pass is not coming to Switch. I don't know when they would make an announcement for that. But hey, whatever. And also that Metroid 4, we didn't hear anything about it other than the fact that they said we're still working on it. And I was like, okay. So that's cool. Ashton, your predictions were the Switch Pro as well, which also did not get announced.
Yeah.
A new Mario 3D mainline, which was not announced. Breath of the Wild 2, which they did talk about, so half a point there. But you said April 2022. It was not coming out then. Metroid 4 was not talked about. A new Sonic game gets a trailer, which didn't happen. And xCloud / Game Pass was coming summer of 2022, which also was not talked about. Any major disappointments from that?
Yeah, I wanted to see more on Sonic. I wanted to Switch Pro or Switch 2, or whatever the fuck it was. I wanted a lot. I wanted a Mario game. I want stuff.
Yeah.
New Mario Kart would be cool.
Tyler, was there anything out of the list of our predictions that you were kind of hoping?
Pretty sure me and you, like when I talked about it, pretty sure I called Breath of the Wild, and I think I called Shimagami Tensei. Besides that, I don't know what my fucking third one was. I mean, I actually got two of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't know my points, so...
It's in our hearts. You're a winner in our hearts.
Fire in your heart.
So at the end of all that, Ashton, you get half a point, which puts you at 2, and I also get half a point, which also puts me at 2. Let's give it a final grade. What do we give Nintendo as a grade? Tyler, go first. What grade would you give? What grade would you give yourself? What grade would you give Nintendo?
Fucking Z, if I could grade myself. Nintendo, I'll give it another B.
B.
You think it was as good as the
Go ahead, explain.
Well, because I know I meant the thing is I'm trying to take my own take off, which is again
Well, it's your personal score. It's not
my personal score.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to be bigger than me, baby.
We're not
Personal score.
we're
He's
not
a fucking
appeasing
C.
anybody with our opinions here.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just trying to think of like a grander scale where not everything's about you. Okay.
He can give it a B if you would like. I am curious though of where you would want to go for it.
It is, though.
Yeah.
Because okay, if I had to grade it personally and not over just what was shown, it's a C for me.
Okay.
Definitely.
Whole letter grade down. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is it there?
It just didn't have like really what I was looking for out of Nintendo. Like I actually can't even tell you something that I would be expecting out of Nintendo. Maybe no bullshit. If they announced a Sonic game, I'd be a little more happy about it.
Yeah.
That Sonic I think is the only thing that ties me to Nintendo. But Sonic is not even like a Nintendo like
No, it's Sega.
property.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. It's like
But they tend to partner with Nintendo.
Yeah, so if they did something like that, I'd be like, oh hell yeah, like fucking Sonic. Let's go. But no, we didn't get that. So yeah, it gets to see. It has some things I'm interested in. If I get a Switch or I get to play one.
Hi, I'm Sonic.
Oh wait, I mean, Kakarot was kind of cool. I guess you get C plus, but also fuck Nintendo, and it's going back down to C because you can only play as Vegeta, Vegito, and Gotenks. You can only play that on the Switch version. Yeah, you can only play. For anybody who's not in the Dragon Ball, right? Vegito is a fusion between Goku and Vegeta using the Patara earrings. This motherfucker is super disrespectful. He'll kick the shit out you. He has a fucking sword that comes out of his hand, like a key sword. You can play as him only for a story part of the game. But for Nintendo, because fuck you, Bandai. They're letting him be played as a free roam character for Switch only. And Gotenks is a fusion between Goku's son Goten and Vegeta's son Trunks. They fuse and they're a little asshole as well. I don't know why the fusion is everybody's dick, but it does. Only playable. Actually, I don't even think Gotenks is playable in the game at all. But guess what? He's in free roam. So fuck you, Bandai and Nintendo. Go fuck yourself. Come on. Like, you really gonna do that to me?
Like how it was so quick. It was a B, then it was a C, then it was back to a C plus. It was up to a C plus, and then it got knocked back down to a C again. All right.
Minus.
C minus. Oh.
You really heard me with the cat. They really heard me with the Kakarot business. I really.
I mean, that's fair.
Okay,
I mean,
Ashton, what would you give it? What grade would you be giving Nintendo's E3 2021 conference? Their Treehouse event.
it's not an F.
Oof, that was a little too much. Yeah.
It's not an F because they did show off a little bit of Zelda, about as much as I thought they would anyway. They didn't show off the fucking Switch. They should have showed off something for that. They probably didn't because of the chip shortage, but I mean, they should have talked about it more. They should have talked about it more. They get docked heavy for that. No, they just didn't have a lot of like good stuff. All the big stuff people were anticipating, like basically wasn't there. You know.
You're telling me Worms Rumble on Switch wasn't a console selling game right there?
Yeah.
We did get WarioWare,
I don't
but
know.
nothing to write home about.
I don't think they did as bad as I'm gonna go the same as Tyler, C minus, because I don't think they did as bad as getting a D.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: they didn't have something for everyone there.
Yeah, it's definitely very. I mean, I'm looking here and I'm seeing Worms, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, which is already out. WarioWare, which is a Nintendo exclusive. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which is out already. You know, you got Metroid Dread, which is a Nintendo exclusive. Super Monkey Ball is probably going to come everywhere. Gross.
Yeah.
Metroid Party Superstars is a dog shit of an idea. Shimagami Tensei 5 is like the biggest game out of this that's coming this year. And then because like Zelda's not even coming out until next year, and we don't even know when.
Minimum, yeah.
And do not tell me Fatal Frame is worth a fucking console sell. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they just didn't have any like real heavy hitters like there. That from the stuff that I've seen, didn't make me more excited for anything that they have coming out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They didn't fail, but they definitely. Oh God, yeah.
I was thinking about giving it a D as well, but there's too many big line Nintendo properties to really give them that. I'm gonna give them a solid C. I'll go up a whole letter grade for these guys because but the thing is the reason why I'm going middle of the ground, the people that have a console will buy the games. None of these games are gonna sell the console to me until next year. Yeah, and I know, and Nintendo is very fine with how much Switches they're selling. But to me, when you look at it, when you're at E3, you gotta give me reason to get excited to have a Switch. Like, give me a reason to be excited to have one. Give me a reason to, like, have me tell my buddy, hey, there's X, Y, and Z coming out on Switch. You need to go buy one. Right now, these games, to me, there's one game that stood out to me the whole entire thing. So, and then I'm sure a lot of people would say that Breath of the Wild 2 was the only thing that people cared about. I mean, there's nothing really else coming out of here.
I would say for mainline people who are like,
unless you're a really big Wario fan.
Like, yeah, like you're going there for the nostalgia, basically, and that's honestly.
You know, I think WarioWare's title "Get It Together" is a pretty good one.
Really, what they need to be doing. And take their own advice.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long shot for if we're ever gonna get a Switch Pro. It just definitely seems on the horizon. That was definitely a stage to do it on, unless they want to do it by themselves. But it was just, yeah. I don't know. It was a very middle of the road conference for me. Okay, we're moving on to our third and final topic, which is Ubisoft. This one I actually didn't watch live. This is the only one I didn't watch live. So, let's talk about it, shall we? I'll start since this is you guys did. The first thing that stood out to me was this the Blue Man Group game, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. What the hell? I woke up to this. I woke up to a news article saying that there's an Avatar game coming out. What? Like
with James Cameron?
Yeah, with the people with the weird hair that connects into animals. Yeah, I don't know. Come on, James.
We're not allowed to do that. It's illegal.
Yeah, apparently you can on Pandora. This definitely seems like it kind of seems a little cash grabby, just with the fact that the other 3 movies are in production at the current moment in time. Disney's probably
smart, yeah.
trying to get their abacus together and trying to figure out if Avatar was even remotely a good purchase to have, other than the fact that it really has. I mean, it's done well for Animal Kingdom down there in Disney World, but other than that, it's really just kind of like, what the hell? These movies were supposed to come out like 5 years ago, so I don't know. It's weird. There wasn't really much shown. It was kind of just a trailer, but yeah,
I feel like it's definitely going to be a game that just shows off their engine.
Is it first person or third person? Because there was a first person view there in a couple scenes that I was very much like, I'm not even going to see this long-legged bastard running around.
I feel like it may be one of those games that switches. Meaning, I feel like if you're a Navi, it may be third, but if you're a Marine, it's
I like how you abbreviated how it was phonetically said. Like it is how you say it. It's just funny how you like the Navi.
Hey, listen. What they called?
That's what they're called. They're called that. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. It's just so weird that, like, what the hell is this even gonna be? It just looks like the first movie. It just looks like what we're doing is in the first movie.
Yeah.
That humans are assholes, and they're just here to rape and pillage our area.
I don't know.
What we do best, man.
I don't know if that was going on.
Hey, there was a lot of mech warriors going out there that were looking like they were about to take down the Tree of Life out on that thing, so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they don't have the, they don't have the strength to hold one of those blue fuckers down, dude.
Yeah, that's that ass. They were breaking their glass with just bows and arrows. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Bows is built. The Navi are built different. Literally, actually, built different.
They run the streets for sure.
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing. I don't know what you can do in. This is the most confusing thing I think that came out of all of E3. I don't know if I said that for Mario Party, but this definitely is the most confusing thing. Because I don't know what you can give me to make me want to play this. Like
the retelling of the first movie and the fact that
I think this may be before the first movie. Like just before what's his fucker, the guy that turns into before Sigourney Weaver throws him into a blue man. Like I don't know what it.
No, this is definitely there. And remember, there are books about this though. So
excuse me, there's books on Avatar.
You didn't know that? Yeah, there's books about Avatar.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
there's books on Halo too, man. There's books on everything.
I know
There's
that.
any sort of media for anything. There's books.
I don't know, man. This to me, why? This to me looked like a giant teaser for something coming to Disney World. Like, it was so weird. Like, what? Why would I want to play it? Like, what are you gonna do?
Come on, dog. That should look fire.
Zoe, whatever her last name that plays Gamora, is not in this in this game.
Zoe Saldana.
There you go. But my thing is like, if she's not in this game, there's no fucking reason to play it. And I don't need the guy that replaced John Connor to come back. Or wait, no, John Connor was played by Christian Bale. Whatever this guy, the guy that was in Terminator Salvation.
Sam Worthington.
There it is. See, he was in 300 and what else?
He was the voice actor for Mason in Black Ops 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? No way.
Yeah.
Black Ops. All right, well, he's not now though.
Well, okay, with fucking Black Ops is done, all right? Don't be a dick about it.
Hey, no, Mason's in the whatever one. He's in the Cold War
he's
one.
Not. Well, actually, I don't know if he did Cold War. Well,
Mason's in it. He's the bald-headed guy.
Well, no, that's Hudson.
That is Hudson. You're right. I don't know what it means, Mason. Mason was me. I was Mason the whole time. I was the one that was needing to know the numbers. He was asking me.
They may have changed it because I know the voice actor. So quickly, little thing. The voice actor for Woods changed, so I don't know if the voice actor for Mason changed. But if it did it was Sam Worthington, right? He was the second Terminator, whatever the fuck, dude, and he was What are we talking about? Oh, the dude.
Avatar. That was the whole reason.
Yeah, whatever his name is from Avatar. It's like fucking Ryan. It's not Ryan.
No.
I'm Josh. I don't fucking. It was something. But yeah, he's cool.
Jake? Is his name Jake? Jake Sully.
Sully.
No.
Sully. Yeah.
She says it wrong though. Then.
Who the
Yeah.
Navi people?
Yeah, Zoe says it wrong.
Yeah, no, they pronounce they put it together.
Yeah.
Really fucking weird.
See, I only know that because I pictured her saying that, and I haven't seen that movie in like 9 years. So.
They don't believe in last names, the Navi, so they put it all together.
They don't believe in. I don't believe you have one. There's no fucking way you have two names associated to you. They don't believe in last
first name and a last name. What do you mean? No, the fuck you don't.
Why are you channeling fucking Hank Hill when you said that? What do you mean?
Ball.
Damn it, Bobby. Anyway, yeah, that movie, that game is about to be beautiful. Why are you hating on it like that?
It'll be pretty, yeah.
Pretty
good, though.
What is it running on? The Dewdrop engine? What is it called again?
No drop, you dickhead. And
Got
that's Baby Frostbite.
Baby Frostbite. I don't even know why you would name it that. You could name it literally anything. You can name
Snowdrop.
Snowdrop to me is so close to Frostbite, and the fact that they're not associated companies just makes no absolute sense.
Frostbite.
Baby Bite.
Baby Bite.
Yeah.
Baby Frost.
Baby
Frost Baby.
Frost Baby. Frost Baby, the new rapper. Baby.
Hey. With it.
God damn it. All right. Well. Yeah. Let's talk about more Nintendo stuff, shall we? Mario and Rabbids.
Wait, I thought you were moving on to something else. There's one of Ubisoft. We finished Nintendo.
Yeah, but this is where we needed to talk about more Mario. So Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, made by Ubisoft Milan. Ashton, you had this one on your list. Go ahead. I know this one was definitely
I didn't know what else to pick.
Exactly.
So
of the 6 games announced, 5 games.
It's a Mario Rabbids game. That's basically what you need to know.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
It's the same thing, but now they have different ones, different Rabbids. Where's Raymond? Where the hell is he at? What happened to him? Is he dead?
Okay, I never played the Rayman games growing up. Yeah, aren't the rabbits like against Rayman or some shit?
They're in the background. They're not even like a part of the fucking game. They're just there.
I swear it was a trend in a certain part of the 2000s to just give stupid characters shows. And the rabbits were probably on backlog for a long time as stupid characters with the show, right? Remember, Fanboy and Chum Chum. You know, Fanboy and Chum Chum were my guys.
Okay.
They were stupid. They're my fucking guys.
There you go. Rabbids, the Fanboy and Chum Chum of the fucking video game universe. Well, yeah, I'm trying to segue out of that one.
You don't fuck with Fanboy and Chum Chum, I don't fuck with you.
Okay, yeah, right. Sure. Yeah, I watched
what the fuck are you even talking about,
It
dude?
was a CGI animated, not CGI, a very bulgy, it's CGI, 3D animated show like Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius. You may have heard of it.
God. The kid with fucking brain cancer.
Well, I mean, kind of, yeah. There two kids who wanted to be heroes. Really skinny one was named Fanboy, and the pudgy one was named Chum Chum.
I thought you said the really shitty one was named Fanboy.
I thought I like Chum Chum better.
Chum Chum was a little tubby kid.
Yeah, he was an adorable guy.
He looked like a ball.
Yeah. He's huggable, eh? Come
on. Yeah, that was a show on Nickelodeon. Everyone in the early 2000s or mid 2000s. I'd say mid 2000s.
Thickums.
Yeah. Hey, do you guys like Steep?
No.
Well, it's fucking dead. We're going Riders Republic. Riders Republic is the thing that's reviving apparently the snowboarding and downhilling and all sorts of other shit. Ashton, this is also on your list as well, and Tyler, this is also on your list. So I guess go ahead. What is it about Riders Republic that Ubisoft going back to the extreme X game sports, which is redundant to say?
Skiing, snowboarding, mountain biking. I mean, it looked fun. I mean, you're gonna get your fun out of it, and then like play it very, very casually. I mean, it's not gonna be something you play for fucking ever. You know, there's hang gliding. You know, not hang gliding,
Squirrel
the fucking
suits.
squirrel suit shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It looks like a fun game to play with friends.
So is Steep.
Yeah, but you know, it ran its course.
No, it didn't. That's the unfortunate thing. It fell off a cliff, and no one ever found it. And I just spit all over my monitor. Like, I watched it just glob, arch, and hit my monitor.
Ew.
That was weird. Oh, there we go. There it is.
Yeah.
Wipe that off there.
I mean, it looked cool.
Yeah.
That's about it. I mean, there's nothing really much to say about it. There's gonna be lots of like, it's all gonna be multiplayer. You can play with your friends. There's tons of different shit you can do, like trick contests, other shit. I don't know. It's basically an X game sport like game. I mean, it is what it is. Nothing really much to say about it other than it looks like it would be a good time. I'd buy it for $40.
It's not gonna be 40.
Oh, I know. If they try and pawn that off at 70, it didn't look next gen enough to be $70, but we'll see.
Yeah. Tyler, you also have this on your list here.
That shit look heat. You know what I'm saying? Like, sit back, win. That's something to definitely play during a time like this, where we're
Uh-huh.
talking
No,
about shit, and I can just
Sure.
shut my goddamn brain off and pretend I'm Sean White for like 2 hours.
Yeah. Drinking underage and smoking marijuana.
We
Did
all
you
do
see that
it.
video? Have you seen that video of Shaun White getting interviewed on like CNN? And they're like, "Oh, so how's it like being like a gold medal winner and things like that?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, after I won the gold medals, we like went back and we were like, we had a couple drinks, things like that, and we had a good time." And then the interviewer goes, "You're drinking, aren't you underage?" And he's like, like sodas and Red Bull." And he's like,
No.
But you know that kid, he be doing something.
Everybody was doing something. It happened in esports too, but let little homie rock. I mean, now he's big homie. Well, not really homie.
Not so much anymore.
Hey, he won his gold medals. He doesn't need them anyway. Once you
Yeah.
win like 3 or 4 gold medals, you're kind of done.
Yeah, I mean, I say that to Michael Phelps.
He's done though. He doesn't do it
He
anymore.
had like 8.
He don't be swimming. He has
But
8, but he also smoked weed. Shaun White smokes weed probably too. So, but
Yeah,
he
like,
can
come
have
on.
that.
He's definitely doing key bumps back in the day too.
Key bumps back in the
I'm not gonna say that. Okay, figure it out.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's extract from this conversation and let's move on to Rainbow Six Extraction.
Oh boy, I knew it. Fuck.
Rainbow Six Outbreak is no longer a thing for probably obvious reasons, and now has been renamed to Rainbow Six. The what? The porn game?
You said Outbreak, dude. It was called Quarantine.
That is what it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was
get it
thinking
right.
Resident Evil for some reason.
Fucking dickhead.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. It's called
How dare you.
Rainbow Six Extraction. All right. That's the new stupid name for this fucking game. Are you happy now? I got the name
really
right.
Care about the game, so I mean,
you just wanted to point out my faults. Speaking of faults, what the hell is this game? Like, so you're 4 people. You're going against these mutant creatures, I guess, that are sort of zombie-like, but they're not really zombies. They're more of the
weird aliens,
alien creature things. There's different ones of them. Yeah. I don't know about this one. This is
that shit low key should be DLC, and you should charge no more than $10 for that.
It does not look fantastic.
There's got to be a
lot.
lot.
Rainbow Six fans, they're probably excited about it. I'm not one.
Now, are they
And I don't know,
bringing
the game
in
just
the
doesn't look good.
characters from Rainbow Six Siege
Yeah.
into this? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The only interesting mechanic I think talked about in Rainbow Six was it fucking Extraction is that
Execution.
if shut up.
Yes,
If one of
Extraction.
your characters gets like captured, you cannot play that character, and you essentially have to actually go save them. I
Oh,
thought that was
so it's like World of Warships, where if my
Anyway.
warship crashes, I can't play with it for a while.
that's kind of ass. Though, wait, can you not play for a while or just like ever?
I think for a while you have to like rebuild it or some shit. I don't know. It's not. That's
We
like
should play that, and we didn't really get a chance to.
I play it. There's no co-op. There's no. We're still doing it. We're still recording.
Fucking, you got Xbox, bud. Figure it out.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that where Extraction, Extinction, Erection, Rainbow Six Erection leads us on to believing.
Tell me we're still recording and then fucking says erection.
Well, it's a natural thing.
It's
What's on your mind?
naturally happens. Yeah,
What's on your mind there, pal? Penis.
I was gonna
Full
say
blown.
one of the operators, but I couldn't honestly think of any one of them.
Sledge.
You're probably thinking line.
Sledge, yeah, but that was who I was thinking of. It really gets me going. Yeah,
Really
Rainbow
grinds my gears.
Rainbow Six Extraction. It's a game. I don't know what they're gonna do with this. It better not come out to $60 or $70. It better be a $40 to $50.
Ew,
game.
that game looks like it fucking belongs in a bargain bin for $25.
Yeah, fuck. Resident Evil.
Yeah,
Rainbow Six Extraction. This game's shit. Don't fucking make it. I don't know why this is being made. It's a dog shit of an idea. But hey, you know what? Do you?
Pushing out
It
the-
pisses me off every day they don't give me like an actual rainbow campaign.
$40 to $50. It better be.
No,
Watch
30,
this
30,
fucking thing. Watch
30,
this thing
30.
come to $60, $70 game.
It should be fucking 30.
$60, $70 game on Steam. Look for it.
I'm not fine.
Pre-order now.
I don't even buy it on Xbox.
All right. Let's talk about. I'll go through the dates here. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is coming out in 2022. Just a year for that. Riders Republic coming out September 2nd, 2021. Mario and Rabbids Sparkles of Hope. It's Sparks of Hope.
Sparkles.
Is coming out in 2022. Damn it.
We're struggling.
Rainbow Six Extraction, otherwise known as Rainbow Six Quarantine, is coming out September 16th, 2021. And that was it. Those were the only highlights. There were. I'll just say the other ones. Just Dance 2022. God forbid that game doesn't fucking die. November 4th, 2021. And that was it. That was all the other games that came out that were talked about. Let's talk about scores. Ashton, you said. I don't even have it. I was just about to read like everything again. Let's see what your Ubisoft predictions were. Roller Champions coming out, which was not talked
Where the
about.
fuck is that game?
That game is fucking dead. If it doesn't show up to PAX, it's dead. So that was not talked about. Rainbow Six Quarantine was talked about. You gave a date of August 6th. It is not coming out on August 6th. Rainbow Six Extraction is coming out in September. Skull and Bones, also not talked about. And Beyond Good and Evil, also not talked about. So half point to you. For me, I got Roller Champions, which obviously didn't happen. Rainbow Six Quarantine, a.k.a. Extraction, I said July 20th because I was like, get that fucking thing out here so that everyone can not worry about it anymore. They decided, no, you're going to wait a little longer and pushed it to September. Skull and Bones, which was not talked about, and Beyond Good and Evil, also not talked about. All they have said is that they're working on it. So half point for me, which means... Ashton, you finished out with 2.5, and I have finished out with 2.5. So that means the EA press conference, EA Play Live, which happens on July 22nd, is going to be the tiebreaker. So we'll be back to figure out the scores then. what is the biggest disappointment for you, Ashton, from the Ubisoft thing that didn't get announced that you were hoping it was?
I mean, I don't really like Ubisoft, so nothing.
All right. They did talk about Far Cry 6 a little bit, but we're not. It doesn't count because we already know too much about that. It just needs to come out. But nothing at all. Roller Champions.
I wanted to see Roller Champions.
There it is.
Yeah. I didn't expect that to be a $70 game or anything. I expected that should be $40.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing here is Beyond Good and Evil.
That game was like done 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, we played it at PAX.
We played it?
Yeah.
We played it at PAX. It was...
Have a video right here on YouTube. You can go watch it. We played it.
That looked ready to ship.
Yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2, I think is also worrisome. Like, where the hell is that game? We have not heard about it in almost, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years. I don't know. I don't know how long we said. I actually looked it up in the last episode, but it's been a long fucking time. I have no idea where that game is, and it's
been a long time.
Been a long time. So yeah, that's it. Tyler, what is the grade you'll be giving Ubisoft here?
B minus.
Okay.
Anyway.
Higher than Nintendo.
Fuck Nintendo. You know why. Come on.
All right. Why Ubisoft getting a B minus here?
Because the Avatar thing very promising. Riders Republic, that was called. That looks pretty interesting. Like some mindless fun. You know, you can't go wrong with. I feel like an X game sort of game was the last time we had something like that. And Skate will not be that. Skate doesn't encompass a bunch of other sports. It only gets one done. So you get some more of that. And then, even though Rainbow Extracting these nuts is gonna be probably dog shit. Will I try it? Probably.
Better be free.
It's not gonna be free. I agree with you. It should be, but it's gonna be this fucking own standalone bullshit. I think it was a B minus. Actually, I take it back. In the same thing as Nintendo. It's a C minus.
Oh wow, a whole letter grade. Jeez, C minus.
He's really trying to play devil's advocate tonight.
Yeah,
you just can't go through it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna want your honest opinion.
I'm gonna go with a C plus. I think that Mario and Rabbids sells very well. It's a tactical game. It's like SOCOM, or not SOCOM. Fuck, what's that other game? Shit.
Can I get a SOCOM game?
Not SOCOM. Do they own SOCOM? Do Ubisoft have SOCOM? They have Ghost Recon.
Yeah. Oh, that's another reason why it's going down. I want a fucking Tom Clancy game, bro.
Oh yeah, no Tom Clancy game was announced this whole fucking time.
Yeah, like come on, like
that's pretty interesting.
No. They cock teased everybody. Hey, it's Tom Clancy's 20th fucking year celebration or what's it. We got something in store for you. Bitch, I checked Twitter like 3 days later. Nothing. I'm gonna check it after this.
Yeah, I mean Mario Rabbids sells really well, so I'm gonna give them a little bit of points there because it's a decent game. It scores well. A lot of people like it that play it. I've played it a little bit. It's nice. It's baby's first XCOM. That's what it's called. It's baby's first XCOM. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. I'll give them points for creativity. So there's your C plus. Rainbow Six Extraction looks like I have no idea what the fuck you're gonna give me here. This is exactly what Resident Evil gave me for free, so I don't know what this is. Just Dance 2022. Everyone that has a Switch is gonna. I mean, that lives in a nursing home will probably buy this game. So good for them. And Riders Republic. Okay, Steep. This is Steep's cousin. I don't know what this is. But there you go. C plus. Ashton, what are you giving it?
I'm gonna C minus.
Okay. Why is that?
It did as bad as Nintendo did. I just don't. I also was less interested in Ubisoft's, but I'm not taking that into account. Just like it just wasn't a good conference for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this was definitely the year we're seeing COVID hit a lot more. It wasn't last year. It's this year because this is the development cycle that would have been affected the worst. And that's why next year is just going to be this slew of games that we're just going to be like, I don't even... There's so many 2022 games. There's so many 2022 games that I'm seeing here. It's more common than me seeing a 2021 release date. It's insane. It's gonna be crazy. So get ready for it, and your wallet's gonna be on fire. Hopefully it comes Game Pass. Just pray for it. But yeah, that's it. That's Ubisoft's conference. There it is. That's the end of the episode. Is there anything else you want to talk about E3 with the Xbox, Bethesda Showcase, Nintendo, or Ubisoft? Any final words, gents? No? I think we talked to it. Do better. Tyler?
Yeah. No, it just happened.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for listening to the show. If you watched it here on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. If you're listening to it on iTunes or Podbean, please hit that subscribe button as well. Review it if you can. It really shows that you guys like it, and we really want to know if you do. In each of the bits or right here in the full episode, please go in the comment section below, and what were some of the things that you were hoping was going to be there and then it didn't show up, and what was something that showed up that you were very excited for. We will be back in the next, hopefully by the time the next Bitcade rolls around, EA will do their play live, and we will come back to our scoring system, because right now Ashton and I are tied. So we'll see who will conquer the E3 season this year for 2021. That's going to be it. Links in the description below for all of our social medias. Follow me personally at Ryan8Emore. Follow Ashton at
Sticky_Ash.
And follow Tyler at
Pluvio 2 eyes _
There you go. On Twitter. And that's going to be it. I love you guys, and enjoy the rest of your summer until we see you again. Good night, everybody.
Bye. Does anybody else have like swampy nuts and also have to take a shit?
Oh,
God
fuck.
damn it.
Oh, God. Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
Gorm, bud.
Fuck. Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
Ah!